Hello, you tubers. I's going to take apart a TV tuber. Uh, uh, Dealing with the gun mounts again, it seems like I've got an interesting response from it, so I'm gonna go with it. This video is basically where I show you what the TV looks like. Any monitor, computer monitor, any TV that has a tube-like structure has gun mounts. And I went through more or less a little bit of how to what it looks like before you get it. I mean, when you get it, and what it looks like after it's done. So yeah, it turned out to be a nice little, not much, but that's all gun mount right there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, click like, click share. You know the deal. Have a good day. Enjoy your day. That's better. Hello, YouTube fans. As you've seen me do before, or should I say, yeah, well, anyway. This is what the old TV tubes look like, and in the back of these things is, or the old TVs, in the back of one of these things has the gun mounts that we all talk about. I'll show you more after I've got it open, and you can look at it. Okay, now you see the TV tube itself, and then back here the length of, I guess you would call it the nipple, I don't know what else to call it, but back here inside the tubing you can see there we are, you can see one of the gun mounts, and it's inside all of this plastic junk, and I get a little heavy-handed when I do it, so I won't show you the rest. There is electrical problems, but you got to watch out. You can get zapped because there's capacitors in there that still might have a little bit of electricity in them. So caution and beware. After lots of wires and plastic and odds and ends to come off, I'm left at this point. And those two pieces right here are what you're looking for. Those are the gun mounts, and a lot of work just to get a little bit of color, but to each their own. As I do it, it sort of tends to, they're sort of fused to that metal, those metal pieces, and they come out in small chunks, as you can see. But the way I melt stuff and make small things, this is plenty for me. But there you go. As you see, some of it is still stuck to, metal is still stuck, still stuck to the glass. And when I melt it, I pull it off, and that's about what you got. That's those two gun mounts right there. The only way I've been able to do it is to break it apart to get it off at this point, but I know there's better methods. Okay. You just saw me from the phone angle and showing off this stuff. And here is the pieces that I did. And here, let's try to melt it into a rod, right? Well, of course, it's not going to cooperate at the moment. Nope, wait. I tend to light a little bit stronger than most with my concentrators on and all. Anyway, let's see what we can, how much, not, I wouldn't say damage, but let's see what I can make out of this. I can probably just, again, you take a punte, all the glass in the world sitting on my table. You think I'd clean up? Oops, let's get that out of there. Anyway, And this is cold. It didn't expand, snap, crack, pop. It usually, that's one of the reasons why gun mount glass is so good, is that it just a matter of putting piece to piece without any crackling and popping, and it's a nice, I guess you could say it's very creamy is a good way to explain it. It just sort of smooths out and does well. Again, I usually twist it and make it out into a rod that I can use later. And that's just a start. I'll put all of that to, here's a trick. Heat up the end of the rod. That's a cold weld that you can then, oh, tapped off in the wrong place. There we go, see? You can add more that way without having to pick up those little shards. Oh, I could do it this way and make it a little easier. I have to cross the torch. Got to get it hot enough. Oh, come on. There we go. That one might stick a little bit more. Yeah, it did. I noticed it when I stuck it in there. It was more molten than it usually should have been, but that's okay. Again, just sort of, I twist it up a little and pull it out into a rod. You get the basics. Just a matter of controlling your rod and thickness, as you can see. Let's leave that on there. Okay, now you see this one has a little bit of metal on it. Right, right. Now, get a pair of pliers. Pliers, right. Heat up, try to heat up the glass. Yeah, the metal's going to get heated up a little bit too. And try to just sort of pull out the piece of metal. And you don't make a good weld there. Now it's good weld. It should hold its place. Say that. It did hold its place. Trying to heat up just around where the glass is and not the metal, but metal seems to be getting its temp too. There it goes. Had it over there scraping out the outside of that tube. Broke that down and tore that up. Heating. There we go. looks like I got some blue contamination from that one punte that I was using, the other punte I was using a second ago, because there's like a blue streak in the middle of. There we go. And there's just a couple of smaller shards and chunks, but basically what you see before you is what you get. There might be another chunk that I let sort of fall to the wayside. Now the one that I'm using now for punte was another gun mount that I did earlier. Okay, here we go. Stretch that out into a rod. Ta-da! And you have two gun mounts. Enjoy your day. Okay, this is the fruits of your efforts. And yes, it makes pretty good trim, like if you want to use it for unicorn mane or fins and stuff for dolphins or whatever. It does blend well with boro, so again, hope you enjoyed it. Click like, click subscribe.